So now I am going to discuss a little bit about what we've accomplished and some of the associations that we're setting up and some of the groups that we're doing work with. The Canadian Action Party is a fairly well-known political group. They are an Elections Canada party, and this is just a correspondence email that was between our society and Chris Porter, who is the leader of the Canadian Action Party. Dear Marcel, my name is Christopher Porter and the interim leader for Canadian Action Party. I thank you for your support and interest in learning more of your organization and any opportunity to form strategic alliance with your group. So that's them expressing an interest to have an association with us and develop a strategic alliance in the future. Canadian Action Party is very much in line with preserving Canadian sovereignty as they understand it, and we are excited to support the information that they put out, in that they discuss a lot of topics that some of the other political parties don't really get into. The next thing that I'm going to show you here is, it's a little bit hard to make out. It's not the best photocopy in the world. I apologize for that. You can see a copy of this on our website when it's up, the actual original document. What this is, though, is our volunteer log sheet. The Manitoba government, for anyone who is on disability, they can volunteer for our society, for Peacemaker Society, and receive an extra $50 to $100 per month paid to them from the government. The reason this is special is because we are unregistered and unincorporated, and the government acknowledges our work because we do work with mainstream organizations. The Canadian Communication Relief Project, they went into Hurricane Katrina, set up communications and that. We're doing some stuff with them. North End Action Group, we're going to keep going here. This is an article that was in the Winnipeg Free Press, April 21st, 2010. Our society was at the 420 marijuana protest at the Winnipeg Legislature, and I'll just read you what it says here. The event even attracted volunteer recruiters from Peacemaker Society, a national organization that promotes what it calls family values. Shonda Petrova, who is one of our members, she does a lot of work with us. She also was our administrator for a while. She's one of our High Council members. Shonda Petrova said, "Peacemakers were there to promote their group and to show support for the protesters. We recognize that smoking marijuana is illegal, but we do not believe it's unlawful," Petrova said. We're going to get more into legal versus lawful later, but that's that. This is an article that was in the University of Winnipeg newspaper, where they did an interview with myself in regards to our society. I'll just read you a little bit of what it says here. This is the gentleman writing the article speaking. "I found out about PMS, a memorable acronym if I ever heard one, by coming across one of their cards discarded on the ground. I love finding cards like this, and this one proved to be a real gem. The card starts out with the ambiguously English sentence, 100% legal for green, then goes on to list an affidavit number. This was just my first impression of the group, and I immediately wanted to learn more. I met with PMS founder Marcel Bessette a few days later. Bessette told me with pride he has an IQ in the 130s and that there have several geniuses working with them. Bessette told me that PMS is a sovereign, self-governing society, distinct from Canada, who are also trying to save the country. While their literature lists legal marijuana as their passion, Bessette says their main focus is to prevent the North American Union. He told me that within a year, he will have opened satellite offices in every Canadian city and will have gathered the signatures of 51% of the entire country to protest this union. We strayed away from doing the petition, but we're still doing the public awareness on that. Acting under a claim of right filed September 3rd of this year, Bessette believes he and anyone in his society are exempt from Canadian law. This is a real thing, and it seems to be at least partially true in this case. Ask him how he did it if you can understand him." And that's basically it on that. If you want, you can Google it to actually read the full article. And this is the, as I mentioned, the Canadian Communication Relief Project. is a Canada nonprofit organization providing relief to the ravaged by natural disaster areas that have lost phone, internet, and radio services by helping to supply first communication links to the outside world using Wi-Fi, VoIP, and low-powered FM radio technology to restore communications. We were doing some potential charitable work with them. We didn't wind up doing what we were planning to, but we do still support them. They went to Haiti after the earthquake, and they were also at Hurricane Katrina after that. This, what I'm about to show you, is information that we gave out at a march our society took part in against CFS abuse, and we did it with the North End Action Group, which is another Winnipeg group. And it just describes how registration of live birth gives government claim to hold title over your children. They hypothecate it, which is a similar thing, but this will be on the website as well if you want to go and look at it. This is the same sort of information we'll be handing out through our public awareness team, just to really wake people up to how things really work. This is an email that we communicated with CopWatch in regards to training. They're training us to be able to train people for our Advocate Patrol program. We've already had some members go through it. We're going to have more. It just states we had a total of 15 people who responded who said they were interested in the training. Of those, 5 had filled out and signed up the form that we made for tracking. The others will likely attend, but just haven't gotten back yet. The turnout was really good. It was very successful. Just says thanks again. This is very exciting to us to be able to offer this training to people through you guys and to learn so that we can help train others. This is in regards to our harm reduction training. Harm Reduction Group is a large organization that's nationwide in Canada, and they're also working with us for our Advocate Patrol program. Just talks about how we're doing that, how we've decided to develop and implement an Advocate Patrol program. Well, it is our hope that it will grow into a large-scale endeavor. We would like to start small by training a few of our volunteers in key areas so they can do patrols in the downtown core area as support for the homeless and economically and socially marginalized. Our long-term vision is to have support teams of 2 that walk the street, similar to the Downtown Biz or Redcoats, and offer support in a variety of situations. While they will be trained not to interfere, they will be outfitted with video and audio recording devices that they can witness abuse and record it. They will be there to offer resources and food to the homeless and those being targeted for abuse by people and or systems like police, things to that effect. And this is just from the North End Action Group thanking us for our interest in the Walk and March for Children in Care. And it just says that they're definitely interested in aligning with you and your group. Please call me in the evening. I'm not going to give the phone number. And in the next segment, we will go into our fundraising and charitable efforts that we've already done in the past. As you can see, we are teaming up with some mainstream organizations. We've also been supported by the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra, the Manitoba Museum of Man and Nature, with the astronomy in that there as well, and the Mariachi Hotel in Winnipeg. So we really are working with the community and integrated in such a way that we're really able to make a difference, and so are you. So again, be proud of the steps you're taking. You're involved and learning something that is real, and we are going to create things that no one has ever seen before and do them in a way that is unique and special and going to really touch and make a difference. And I thank you again, and I will see you in the next segment. Wonderful.